Thank you and welcome to the 2024 presidential campaign debate. So we have our contestants today. They'll intro themselves in just a moment as we get started on all our proceedings today. So we're going to go ahead and start from the left. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Sspring. I'm part of the Quadrilli Party. We believe in that everyone should have adults in the gandules, not the guaya, it's not the right one, in their household. And, everyone's a little racist.
All right, on to our next candidate.
I'm Jackie Chan's son, and I'll be representing the Chinese American people today. And we have a goal of allowing Chinese people to live close to military buildings again.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well said.
My name is Philip. I am Nelson Mandela grandson. My party affiliation is Common Sense Party, because common sense is not common these days. My goals here will be, I'm gonna cancel student loan debt.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Yes. The drinking age will go down to 20. Actually 18. We're gonna make that 18.
Woo!
And last but not least, I don't know, but we'll get there.
Honorable promises, honorable promises. Our final contestant.
My name is
Candidate.
Mark. I'm the direct descendant of George Washington. People often call me Uncle Sam. I represent the American Party for the American people. I try to do what's best for America. This country has been run by very incompetent people, and I try to change that. My first act in office will be to actually remove the drinking age. So even a toddler will be able to go.
Very admirable, very admirable. Okay. Now that we've kind of got a taste of all our candidates and their ideas and their beliefs, let's just go ahead and get into some of the questions here formally. So climate change is a big talking point right now. It's a more pressing issue by the day. And how would you act to overcome sort of these current issues with fossil fuels and green energy utilization? Starting with you, Mrs. Frijoles.
First off, we all know it's, the folks that are in power right now really working on those fields. If we really get our Mexican and Cuban friends to come and help, I think we could definitely solve that problem in like 2 hours.
Definitely. Definitely will say. Mr. Chan.
China #1.
Can't disagree there.
I say, we gonna talk with the GOP and, Mitch McConnell, we gonna talk to him as well. Think he had 2 strokes. That's probably why the climate change is going bad, because it's hot outside and he's not taking his fluoxetine, which is a depression medication.
Yeah, health is important.
Yes, health is very important. So, and I think the Penguins is doing something down there in Antarctica.
Mhm.
They're doing something down there. That's why the polar ice caps are melting. So yes.
Thank you. And Mr. Sam.
So I believe that climate change is a hoax made by CNN and the Democrats. This is a ploy to stop the American economy, to stop our oil economy. They try to silence us. We're going to step up. We're going to make more fossil fuels. We're going to drive more cars.
China produced lots and lots of fossil
We
fuel.
will work with China to become a better global economy.
You see how hot it was today? You see how hot it was today? It was hot.
It's always hot. It's summer. It's Florida.
Right?
Well, I appreciate you guys' insights on that topic. Thank you.
Okay.
Moving on to the next question. What international leaders do you guys most respect and want to work with once you come into power? So feel free to take your time, extrapolate your beliefs in addition to theirs. Again.
Obviously, I want to work with Selena. We got to bring her back from the dead, get her in office with us.
Very
She
admirable.
has, she knows what she's doing. She's a woman in power, girl power. Woo!
Yeah, an iconic figure, surely.
Kim Jong-un and Bill Clinton, because the saxophone. Yes.
Great leaders. Inspiring.
I will. I don't know. Think about it. You know what? My granddad, Nelson Mandela. No, I'm sorry. Mother Teresa. Yes, Mother Teresa. Yeah, she was a very prominent woman.
I love
you know,
that woman.
in her time. Yes.
Yes, that woman is amazing.
Yes, she need a. I think we can do something. You know. So yeah, I say Mother Teresa.
I very much admire what Xi Jinping and the People's Republic of China is doing overseas. So probably China and in their economy, they focused on China number one. We are going to focus on America number one.
Well said. Very well said. All right, moving on. If confronted by a terrorist group or a hostile nation, how would you guys like to proceed with dealing with such a threat? What is your first choice of action?
Obviously bringing out La Chancla. Throwing it right at their heads, you know, and then putting them on timeout with their arms stretched out like in T form,
I'm very for that.
you know, and then make sure they don't go out past 9.
It's a good policy. I like it.
If you're familiar with Korean extracurricular, Kuman is for extra math so they can be punished.
That sounds like a
Come on.
terrifying future for our country.
You know, I feel like, you know, every man for themselves, but I have a pretty dog at home. Her name's Maya. She's a German Shepherd.
Aww.
If
It's a great dog.
she dies, I will turn it to John Wick.
We eat dog. in my
Respectable.
Well, if you try to eat my dog, I would turn it to John Wick. You know, I would turn it to Liam Neeson from Taken. You
country.
know?
Oh, Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
We love Liam Neeson.
I do not have a particular set of skills, though.
Remarkable.
So Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Alliance. I would get an alliance with the terrorist. If we have the two strongest forces in the world, what are the rest of the countries going to do?
Band up against us.
Invade them.
Hey,
Invade them.
That has always worked,
Historically.
historically.
Like Russia and Ukraine, very friendly.
Ukraine.
What are the other countries going to do if America and Russia join forces?
They're gonna cry about it.
They're going to cry about it.
I mean, don't China got like billions of people, right?
A couple of people.
I will make sure that China and American alliances will be the best the world has ever seen.
Mm. I mean, well, I'm sorry, I'll be with Elon Musk going to Mars, so you can have that.
Okay,
We'll
all
make
right.
sure to colonize that as well.
We appreciate the input.
American flag will go first.
All right, on to the next pressing question. Americans worry that TikTok is ruining our country and taking away work from good American apps like YouTube and Twitter. How do you see to resolve this issue?
Download on all devices. It's good for you. All devices. Everything. They keep you safe and information good.
Would you make the app mandatory?
Mandatory, yes, everyone.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that tiki-taki, but you know, my kids like it.
It's good
They-
for them.
It's keeping them away from their homework. I don't like it. We can get rid of everything like that. All social media can go. No Facebook. Facebook, good. Facebook, amazing. I think we should keep that.
Okay, a Facebook focus. Interesting, interesting.
Twitter, now called X. I love Twitter. That is my news. I get everything from Twitter, like literally everything from Twitter. I like TikTok because I like to laugh and I like to be up watching TikTok 3, 4 in the morning instead of just watching videos for hours. You know, so I don't be on Instagram like that no more. Facebook is so, you know, old-fashioned. So yeah,
You're old-fashioned.
Very scary.
I am old, but that was no pun intended.
We can look to China for our solution. China restricts TikTok access for kids to a certain number of hours. And the content that is used on TikTok is purely educational. They use TikTok as an educational platform to further their youth.
I have heard that.
We can mandate this in the United States. The current social media platforms in the United States, such as TikTok and Instagram, brainwash the youth. They give fake news. The corporations are trying to spread malicious content into our youth, and I don't think that's right.
But what about the IG model? What they gonna do?
That's a great point. What are they going to
Trying to have
do?
IG
There's being
models.
called OnlyFans.
I don't know if we're at liberty to discuss that on the broadcast.
want to say OnlyFans. You mean OnlyFans?
Okay, thank you guys. Federal debt is increasing and becoming more and more irreparable by the year. And a lot of Americans are feeling that that debt is being wasted on things that they don't see or get to interact with. What cool things would you guys use the debt on?
Get rid of car insurance. Car insurance is a scam. Biggest scam America has offered. I'm sorry, I got serious for a second. I hate paying car insurance.
No, go ahead.
Oh my God, just imagine you drive and you don't get into no accident, but you get these people $200, $300 something, and then as soon as you get into one accident, it could be a small little fender bender that costs about $500 to pay. Your insurance not only gonna go up, but it's gonna go up for 3 years, and and then you still got and then your deductible, you got almost $1,000 deductible if you don't.
Yeah, very, very well said. Okay. Yeah, that would free up a lot of economy
Yeah,
if we just got rid of all insurance,
car insurance.
car insurance.
Yeah.
We can look over at what China is doing. The high-speed rail connects almost every single global and big city on the Asian continent.
Well said, you know.
Jackie Chan, he loved the bullet train that go vroom, and he's funny.
So potentially a bullet train in the future. I like that idea. Very useful. Any other inputs?
I believe the way we can get rid of debt is, working with Cubans and start selling that good stuff. And
Okay.
then, go to other
Very
put them in
interesting.
supermarkets, get that revenue back, and we'll be good.
So creating new
That's
jobs.
kind of how my family lives.
Okay, cool. Selling good stuff.
Good
Nice.
stuff. If you want some,
Train.
just let me know.
Any other?
I've never seen people drive bad.
Some
Okay, all right, well,
coquito.
that's very well said. Okay. Police vigilance is another rising and crucial topic. A lot of people are honing in on the idea that a lot of officers are now required to wear body cams in order to do their jobs, and people are debating whether 1080 30 FPS is good enough for our boys in blue out working on the street. Some people are suggesting we move up to 4K. Do you guys agree or disagree with this increase in government spending on 4K
Well,
cameras?
In China, they have 8K cameras on their bodyguards. We can monitor every single civilian. We need this.
So mandatory 8K cameras. Okay, very interesting platform. I like it.
Oh, my hands was up because
Go ahead.
No.
Floor is yours.
Yeah.
Hands up, do not shoot. I am familiar.
You are?
Yes.
How?
You ever see Rush Hour 3?
Yeah, we was on it. Yeah. Yeah, we was on it.
That set precedent for how we do law enforcement in China. I want to bring to America.
Yeah, us.
We can work together.
We're loose cannons over here.
I would like to be your vice president.
Ms.
Well,
Frijoles,
myself,
any
consider
input?
Unfortunately, you have to be born in America to be a president. Mm-hmm.
I am against the cameras.
Okay, against cameras.
I believe as long as we have that chunkler right on the belt, we good.
Mm,
Everyone will behave.
okay.
Everyone just needs a good beating.
So a new deterrent system, I like it. Beatings instead of shootings.
Beating.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, straight
Very well
beating.
said. Very
Right
well
on the
said.
floor,
Can I ask
Whatever.
you, how can we make sure that our citizens are safe and that they're doing the right things?
Rodney King.
Well, if they're afraid of the chunkler, they'll start doing the right thing. That's how I
With
raise
cameras, we can monitor every single person in the United States. We can also give them a credit system, a social credit system, to where if they do something bad, their credit goes down and they can have less access. If they do good things,
That's good. I would like to keep an eye on my kids.
social credit. I think it's a good
Social
system.
credit is good.
Yeah.
All right. This one's very divisive, so feel free to take your time thinking this through. But Americans think red and blue to represent our political sides have been very old and very tired for a while. New generations are coming in wanting more vibrant colors like periwinkle or salmon. What color would you change your party to?
Red.
And yellow. Red and yellow.
Why red
Red and
specifically?
yellow. Red and yellow.
Red and yellow. Okay.
I admire what Xi Jinping over at the People's Republic of China does. He has a very controlled system. The people are happy. The people are very happy.
Long legs.
The voters love Xi Jinping. He has been in office for centuries.
So you're hoping the colors will help you create that strong foundation in our
Yes.
country.
Yes.
Smart. That's a good idea.
What did Hispanics say? What's the color in black? Negro.
Negro. Very strong color.
Very strong. You go with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. Yes.
Okay. Solid.
Yellow is the people's color. But
Yellow.
all skin tones are variations of yellow.
That is that's eye-opening. I hadn't
I mean,
quite considered that.
all inclusive, because America melting pot.
Like The Simpsons. That makes sense.
Like Simpsons, very successful
Everyone's yellow.
Chinese cartoon.
Yes.
Let's not do color. Like we can like do just a bunch of beans.
Okay. Going to symbolism straight up. I like
Yeah,
it.
or like a bunch of beans on the back and then a big ass bean in the front.
Okay.
Beans.
All right, beans.
All the way. You know, that's our given
There are
right.
both red and yellow beans.
You have me there. Not very caught up on bean
We also
culture.
have yellow rice. We should definitely have some yellow rice after this.
I like rice.
Rice is good.
Black beans and yellow rice.
Very interesting.
Oh,
Okay. Another issue concerning American voters is private prisons. Apparently, according to inmates, private prisons seem to be more fun than public jails. Any ideas on how you might tackle the fun divide for inmates?
You ever seen a movie called Escape from L.A.? It was with Kurt Russell.
I'm a little familiar with it.
Okay, so what they did was all the bad people, they just send them to an island and they can do whatever they want. We should just do that. And murder whoever, just send them to an island, do whatever you want, food supply, whatever, and everything, yeah.
Sort of Lord of the Flies situation. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
That would cut down on spending massively.
And
I think that's a great
yeah,
idea.
We just cut them off from the earth, yeah.
Okay.
We're not tackling the problem at hand. We're talking about public, private jails, but we need to tackle jails themselves. Why are people going in jail? They're doing bad things. If we monitor people and make sure that they do the right things, they won't do any bad things. And if they do bad things, we make it public. I propose we bring back public execution.
It's a very strong stance.
So what you telling me, if I jaywalk, I should get my head chopped off?
I think an eye for an eye. Hammurabi had it right back in the BC times.
Well, jaywalk starts with chemical castration. Then we move to public humiliation and then to execution. Keeps control of population too. Only one child.
And it has to be a boy, right?
Oh, of course.
I believe really we should have a mandate clean day for the private ones.
Okay.
Making sure that not just we gotta get all the grum and everything.
Okay.
Make sure that they clean it all with even their toothbrushes
Okay.
and everything. Make sure that that is spotless. That we have guests coming over, so
Interesting.
That
So
will
we
definitely
decrease fun in the
Pizza
private
classes
prisons. I
on the
like
couch,
that.
they can clean their own house. Yes, their
Okay.
own little cells. Every single one of them.
Okay.
Thank
If
you.
they don't, we don't give them food that night.
Okay. That's a very good plan.
Mm.
All right. Next question is, book burning has resurged recently. Are there any books that you think should be burned? And if so, how would you create a committee or potentially elect someone as a leader of a committee to burn books?
All LGBT. The Holy Bible is the only one that is good.
Okay.
The Lord will save you. Do you believe in Jesus?
Of course, obviously, as an
Oh,
American.
Good. That means you have a good head on your shoulders.
Thank you.
I believe we burn any anti-American propaganda.
So strictly American propaganda gets the stage. I like that. That feels very smart.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Oh, I forgot question.
The question is, book burning has returned, and if there were any books in particular you would like to burn or see burned.
Oh, books with democracy.
Don't know how I feel about that one. Pretty mixed.
Books about communists.
Less mixed on that one.
I can feel the tension.
You are supposed to be my Chris Tucker.
Okay, and on that note, we're just going to go ahead and open it up to our audience here if they've got any questions for our candidates directly. Starting with this man right here.
I got a question for number 3, Nelson Mandela's grandson right there. I just checked, you're losing the polls right now, and you have a lot of people that are kind of hating on you. What do you want to say to your haters out there that don't want to vote for you?
Hey, haters gonna hate. They try to write me off, but I didn't write back.
Brief, strong. Any other questions? No? Are there any questions you guys up there have for some other candidates sitting alongside
This
you?
story reminds me of Eminem's song Stan. Yes, he never write back in time, and he go off bridge.
Okay, thank you for that story, Mr. Chan. All right. Well, that seems to conclude our 2024 presidential debate. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. Go vote.
Remember, student
Please.
loans, debt, wiped out.